I've been getting to the money. Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. The same old nigga from the block. The same old nigga with the pot. The same old nigga from the trap.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna get right into the video. This vendor is Yiroo Hair on their lace closure. This is their 4x4 lace closure 18-inch Brazilian body wave, looking oh so luscious. Density is perfect. And this is Malaysian hair. Now I wanted to try something different because I always use Brazilian body wave. And it's super soft. Like, I don't really see a difference between the Brazilian and the Malaysian hair for this vendor. Like, minimal shedding as you see. It's super soft. I'm in love with it so far. Bundles are 220 inches and 222s. And like I said, there's minimal shedding on all 4 bundles. Color is a natural color. Of course, it's virgin hair, so it's going to be a natural black. And yes for the luscious hair. I'm happy with the density on everything. Bundles are true to length, true to length, and true to size, and it's not scanty at the ends. Let's get into this cap. So here goes the cap again. I'm back with another wig tutorial. This is on my special cap. This is 90% breathable, and I've been getting so many rave reviews from my clients about how they love the fact that they can get a sew-in done in 30 minutes and still be able to take care of their natural hair and feel their scalp and everything. So I thought, let me make another video, because the first video I did, I cut the tracks and I did a quick weave. So this one, I want to show you can actually sew your hair onto this wig, and it still does the same thing. It's super flat, and I mean, it's a lifesaver. Now this color that was done on the hair, I'm going to talk about in another video. The video is becoming too long, so I'm going to talk about the color on another video, so look out for that. But there's minimal shedding still after my sister actually did the colored the hair. So it came out really nice. It was a process gone wrong, because she was doing one color and it came out to another color, but you guys will see that in the next video. But yeah, so this is the bundles that I have here, and basically what I'm going to use is this special wig cap that's going to allow you to do a sew-in 30 minutes. So you go ahead and cut off the front part of your lace closure, or you can leave it on if you're not going to be using it at the time. But I cut mine off and pin them down, and you just sew the perimeter around to tack the lace closure down. Now I always use my T-pins first before I start sewing, just to help me hold it in place and make sure that I'm not, you know, sewing in the wrong place. So once it's tacked down, go ahead and sew around that top portion of the cap. I use blanket stitches all the way around my lace closure. It is a 4x4 lace closure, so yeah. So you're going to continue to sew around the cap like so. Now you can purchase the wig cap on my website, which I'll put in the link below, and they're just $10. So we have sizes in small, medium, and large, which goes from a 21-inch circumference to a 23-inch circumference. So that's that. Shipping takes less than a week if you're in the US. So let's begin with the sewing. So I already sewed the first track down, and I'm doubling the tracks as I go so that I can fit 3 bundles in. And I'm doing blanket stitches all the way around, and as you see, when I fold it, it's still flat. So I want to show you the trick on how to fold over your wefts and still allow it to be flat. You want to make sure you rock it from left to right. And we're going to get into the sewing method. So as you get to the end of the cap, you sew the needle through the weft or around. I like to go around, honestly, but I don't know why I'm going through right now. It's better to go around the weft. But either or, you get really close, and what you do is you take the first weft and sew that to the end of the cap. Only the first weft. And you sew it to the end. And then you fold that first. See the second one I'm holding? Leave that alone. You fold the first one around, and that's what makes it super flat when you do the double method or when you double your tracks. You just fold over the first track only, and then you add the second track that you added to it on the second band, which is coming up. So that's the first one already folded. Now there goes the second one. You add them together on the second band, and that way it's nice and flat on the sides and not lumpy. And you can also do this with your actual sewing. It's a great technique. I don't remember who I got this technique from, but I've been using it ever since, and it's been a lifesaver, honestly. I think it's Philip Eric Hare. I think so. But anyways, it's a lifesaver. So whenever you double your tracks and you get to the end, just fold over one part of the track and then add the second one afterwards. And as you see, it's looking super flat. And I'm just going through the weft and doing knots as I go. Just go through the band and do a loop 1, 2 and pull through. Do the weft, do a loop 1, 2 and pull it out. So I'm doing knots as I go as well. So I'm going through the band one more time, looping it and pulling it through. It's super easy. Through the band one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4 loops and pull it through. And that's automatically knotting the stitch as you go. So just keep on watching as I do it, and it's super easy. So what I do is I stitch it twice per band. There's not that many bands to sew on, so honey, you know, it doesn't take too long. So I just continue the process, stitching it through, looping it twice. And here we are at the end again. And like I said, you take the first, well no, we're still at the second one. But see, once I'm done with this one, I'm gonna let go of both of the wefts and just take the first weft. So here I go, just taking the first one and just fold over the first weft. Stitch that nice and secure, and then you're gonna fold the first weft over and then add on the second weft once you get to the second band. So like that right there, that's when you're gonna fold that one over, but the first one gets folded over later. So I'm just taking out the way and focusing on my first weft that I have here and fold it over. Now if you're not doubling your wefts, then you don't have to worry about this, but I recommend that you double your wefts when using this cap, because it just makes the sewing process a lot faster, and you can't really fit that many tracks on this type of wig cap, so you really have to double it up if you have long inches, like 20 inches or longer. Now if it's a 12 and a 14, well then no, you don't need to double it, but other than that, so there I go, you see, adding it right there. So I'll keep doing the same thing. Just watch and learn. I'm not going to talk too much because it's pretty much something you sewn in already. This is our 22 inches, and yeah, this is looking gorgeous, honey. Loving it. And you see how the sewing is flat. Even though it's doubled, it's super flat because at the end we only focus on one track, not both of them together. So now I'm just getting it in, honey. I'm trying to get all these 4 bundles in here. I think it's 220s and 222s that we got. Brazilian Body Wave. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Just keep the process till you get to the top. I'm going to try to fast forward. I don't want to miss too much. You guys can fast forward to the end. I'll put the time below as to when we get to the top track. So I'm not going to keep talking y'all to death. It's basically self-explanatory. You can see what I'm doing. So just watch and learn and go ahead and try this at home. It's super easy. You know, girl, you save a lot of money. You're able to oil your scalp with this cap. It's pretty goddamn amazing. You can actually sew it on and just wear it as a sew-in or turn it into a removable unit when you want to. I mean, the options are endless. I just didn't like the spandex dome cap because sometimes it got a bit too hot in the summertime, and then I wasn't able to oil my scalp if I sewed my unit on. So with this one, you can actually sew it on and oil your scalp and let your scalp breathe at the same time. I am making these units. Watch my second video on the special price I have to offer because it's only a limited time. So watch my second video, my part 2 to this video, and I'll let you know what special price I'm offering. You don't want to miss out on that. But yeah, you guys are going to totally love it. My 30-minute wig, honey. 30 minutes. That's all it takes to sew this cap on somebody's head, and honey, you're done. But yes, keep on watching. In this video, 15 and 49 seconds in, congratulations, we're at our last track, girls. Yes, we're almost finished. So this is our last track, and I'm just doing blanket stitches all the way around and just reinforcing my lace closures and make sure that it's flat as I'm stitching. You see those little ringlets up there, you can flatten the lace closure even more while sewing the weft on top of the lace closure. So that's what I'm doing here, just to ensure that my lace closure lays as flat as possible. And that's it. We're finally done. It was a long video, I know, but I didn't want to cut anything out just in case my girls at home want to, you know, make this wig cap. You have everything here. I didn't cut anything out. Yeah, you should be able to create this look with ease. And if you have to double your wefts, you know how to sew the weft on now while it's doubled. If you single it, then it's a lot easier. I guess you don't have to worry about folding it over. But if you like long hair, like my sister does, because I'm doing this on my sister, then you're gonna want to know how to fold over your wefts. So you just cut the last one, put it through the track, and then for my knots, as I said, am I gonna show you how well, let me show you what it looks like first. So that's what it looks like, complete, super flat. Okay, no lumps, no bumps. Tracks are secure. Scalp will be breathing. Okay, I didn't show you how I did my knots, but I think you already seen how to do it anyway. So I'm just combing it through, letting you guys know how it looked. Now we gotta cut off the lace that's inside the cap. So don't worry, we're not keeping the plastic thing on there. We're gonna go ahead first and rip off this plastic crap because that defeats the purpose of the cap being 90% breathable. So here I'm just ripping it off. Literally, that's all you're gonna end up doing is ripping off this plastic part. It's kind of annoying to rip off, but slowly but surely it will come off. And don't worry, it's not gonna pull anything apart. You're not gonna undo any type of stitches and sewing because you sewed onto the band, not onto the plastic. So make sure when you're making this cap, do not sew onto the plastic, just sew onto the band and you'll be fine. And it's all ripped off. Well, most of it. Now the red thread is coming off of it. That red thread is what kept the plastic part on, so if it unravels, it's fine. It has nothing to do with the cap construction. But yes, honey, it's breathing. Nothing but air going through that cap. So now we need to take off the lace part here because we don't want that black part on top of our scalp. So I literally just cut it off. Just make sure you don't cut off the thread while taking this part off. I mean, now that red stain on the lace closure does not need to be there. You can use a Got2b glue gel before applying your color and you'll be fine. But I guess my sister didn't get that memo. But yeah, it's all good. It still came out nice. It didn't mess up the actual color. So here we are. I'm gonna install it and everything on part 2. So I'm just giving y'all a snippet of what's gonna happen in part 2. So stay tuned for that because I'm gonna show you how we sew it in and all that good stuff. So, and you also get to find out what my special is on making these units for y'all. So stay tuned for part 2. Peace.